Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to our press conference here for the USF 2000 race number 2 of the event here at Road America. It was an exciting one for sure. Obviously, the first time we've been on wet tires in quite a while, I believe. It wasn't really, not even full wet. It wasn't raining. It was kind of slick. Obviously, the tires going away, chunking up because the dry line was developing. Some drivers actually going to the dry tires during one of our yellow flag periods. But we end up with essentially a green-white checker, the green and the white at the end to make for a wild finish. Let's move, and we'll start first with Heinrich Fierseth, our winner in the national class. Heinrich, congratulations. Just so you know, the guy that was jumping up and down in victory lane at the end was Anders Krohn, and he was so excited about the start you got and the restart you got. I guess you really did a great job getting into the field, into the top 10 on the restart.
Yeah, thank you very much. It was a perfect race for me. My start was amazing, and the car was very good. I have to thank my Team Cape Motorsports with VTL Racing for that, so this race was very good for me.
A lot of drivers were having trouble staying on the track. Were you able to stay on the track the whole time? Was the car exactly the way you wanted it?
Yeah, the car felt very good, so I stayed on the track all the time.
Racing itself, did you have to make any big moves, or were you kind of just holding on to where you were?
I'm just kind of holding on where we were, so it was good.
Now, a race like this, obviously a little more confidence. Do you feel like you're really getting a handle on the car and on the series and taking run of the championship?
Yeah, everything is getting better and better now, so I'm aiming for the championship, so it'll be good.
Congratulations, well done today.
Thanks so much.
Heinrich Fierseth, our winner in the national class. Trent, if you can grab the microphone. Trent Hinman, the third place today. Obviously some action up front. We had an incident between our first and second place drivers in the points, Spencer Piggott and Matthew Brabham. You were right in the top 5 for the most of the time. You actually had second for a time. That last lap, pretty crazy though. Let's talk about the last lap. Obviously a great move to get inside Matthew, coming up into the keyhole, and then almost getting Scott, I've been told, in what, 5, 6, and 7.
Yeah, you know, it was definitely a crazy late race to say the least. I mean, I'm just happy I was able to keep the car on the road, especially in that last lap there. You know, I thought we had second for a while, but you know, unfortunately, just going into 7, overcooked it a little bit and went off, and you know, lost some momentum. But you know, overall, I'm extremely happy with the result. I mean, you know, it's the first time on the podium this year, so you know, I can't be any happier. And just massive thanks to the whole team, Cape Motorsports, Wayne Taylor Racing. Nicholas and Dominic did a great job setting up the car. You know, Wayne was here, so it's always nice to bring home a podium for him. So yeah, I just can't be any happier.
Now, we weren't able to see it from where we were. We had some cameras up there, but were you close enough to get on Scott? You were trying to get by for the win? Was that what happened in the final lap?
Well, you know, I don't know if I was necessarily gaining on him, but I definitely wasn't close enough to make a move happen. You know, my main concern was just trying to move up and put space in between you know, me and whoever was in 4th. But yeah, unfortunately, just battling with Matt a little bit, made a little mistake, and you know, lost the position. But you know, it's that's racing.
It is. Congratulations on the podium. Well done.
Thank you.
Over to Matthew DeLeo now. Matthew, a good run yesterday. You were, I think up to 7th at one point, then spun, and were able to get back to 7th. Today, no issues at all. You obviously drove a great race today. Tried to defend a little bit on the restart at the very end there, and you actually lost the position, but able to get it back. Was the idea just to get back with Trent after he got by? I knew you were able to draft with him down the back straightaway.
Yeah, my idea was to get. Oh, that was really loud. My idea was to get back with Trent and obviously get the second position because I'm sick of finishing 3rd. So my objective was to get 2nd. But yeah, that was...
The car itself, you know, we talked about some of the drivers going off, and a number of guys went off, and especially the opening laps with all that speed dry out there and the oil. Were the first couple laps pretty crazy?
Yeah, the first, even till the end, because all the dust from the oil spill in every single corner just made it so interesting because everyone was taking different lines and everything, and they were slicing and dicing. Everyone was changing positions, wheel to wheel. Like as you can see, Matthew Brabham and Piggott, they were very wheel to wheel, and just all the dust made made a good show for the fans.
What about you? You feel good with the second place finish?
Oh yeah, I feel really good, especially coming in with my own team and one engineer. My dad had to help because we're short of hands, so I think we did a pretty good job for this weekend. And I'd like to thank MDL Racing and my parents and Res Precast for making this all possible, and my Jack Cranes and Mid Ohio and USF 2000 for making this all possible.
Well done, Matthew. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Moving down to this guy here now, Scott. This has been a huge weekend for you. As we said yesterday, you're kind of used to winning when it came to Skip Barber last year. You won a lot of races there. It's been a struggle earlier in the year. You've been kind of getting up to speed. Had some issues with the car, but that's all straightened out. And second place yesterday in a win today. It wasn't that something happened and you backed into a win. You took the lead early, minus a shock cover, and nobody could run with you. You were quick. Talk about your race, talk about the start, and let's hear about how things went for you today.
Yeah, the race, just the whole thing was pretty insane, just pretty hectic. Luckily, it was all happening behind me.
True enough.
And yeah, the shot cover coming off at the start, and then it just kind of all went downhill from there. But I was just glad to be able to stay in front of everybody, and I'm pretty surprised I was able to hang on to the car and not throw it off on opening laps because there were really some close moments there. Actually ended up throwing it off later in the race, but I was just happy to come home. So
Now the Mid-Ohio crew did a pretty good job. They kind of get some car. We had a ton of carnage out there, so they were moving cars out of the way. Did you know we were going to go back to the one lap finish? Were they telling you on the radio that you're going to have that one lap to get it done?
Actually, I heard my team on the radio, and it was really staticky, so I had no idea what they were saying. So I just kind of ignored that and just kind of went for it on the last lap.
Give me the feeling right now, just of winning your first USF 2000 race.
It's amazing. I mean, after struggling early on this year, to have a second place and then a first place in one weekend is awesome. So, huge thanks to the Velarde Auto Racing guys because they've really helped me up my game and they've upped their game and it's been awesome. And big thanks to Monster Speed Motorsports because I wouldn't have been here without them.
Scott, congratulations. Well done.
Thank you.
There you have it, folks. Well done, guys.